Hi everyone. I chose Johnny Cash because I believe that he was very influential in the country music genre. He didn't have an easy childhood or a young adulthood, but he overcame his addictions and overall had a very successful career. Johnny Cash was born February 26 in 1932 in Kingsland, Arkansas. He was the son of a poor Baptist sharecropper. Ray and Carney Cash were his parents. John was one of 7 children, and at age 3, Johnny moved with his family to Dyess, Arkansas, so that his father could take part of the New Deal program that President Roosevelt instituted. That's where the Cash family settled into a 5-bedroom house and farmed 20 acres of cotton and other crops. Music was a major part of the life in Johnny Cash household. Johnny grew up with many musical influences. His mother would sing folk songs and religious hymns, and on the other hand, while working in the field, he learned work songs. A few of his songs, like Picking Time and 5 Feet High and Rising, were all reflections of Cash's early life. After Cash graduated high school, he enlisted in the U.S. Air Force, and after basic training, he met his first wife, Vivian Liberta. He was then soon shipped off to Germany, and in the service, Cash started his first band, the Landsberg Barbarians. In 1954, Cash was discharged and then married Liberta. Also in 1954, Cash auditioned as a solo artist for the Sam Phillips Sun Records. He entertained the hopes of recording gospel music for the label, but Phillips immediately nixed that idea. The following spring, Cash was in the Sun Studios to record with his band, the Tennessee Three. Cash's first release for the label, Hey Porter, had a sparse but highly instrumental accompaniment. However, the song failed to chart. Cash's follow-up release for the Sun, however, fared substantially better. Cry, Cry, Cry managed to crack the Billboard's top 20, peaking at number 14. Cash's 4th chart single proved to be his career song. I Walk the Line shot to the Billboard's number 1 position and remained on the record charts for an incredible 43 weeks, and selling over 2 million copies. Throughout the rest of the 1950s and into the 1960s, Cash continued to produce records and charted very consistently. But all was not well with Johnny Cash. He was spinning out of control, and his marriage was collapsing. Divorce seemed pretty inevitable. Cash became dependent on narcotics to keep up with the hectic pace of his show business career. By the mid-1960s, Cash was deeply addicted, and it began to impact his career. By 1967, though, Cash managed to overcome his addiction with the help of his singing partner, June Carter. And in 1968, he and Carter were married, and his career experienced a renaissance. In 1980, at the age of 48, Johnny Cash became the youngest living inductee into the Country Music Hall of Fame, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame bestowed its honor on him in 1995, thus making him one of a handful of country artists in both organizations. Cash today still remains one of the only artists to have sold over 90 million records. His final years, Cash's health began to decline. And then in May 2003, June Carter died. Cash continued to work with his final record. Cash wrapped up his final track, and once June passed, he had the will to no longer live, but enough to record. Cash's life and music continues to resonate, and in 2005, the story of his love affair with June Cash was made into a feature film, Walk the Line. Unfortunately, on September 12, 2003, from complications associated with diabetes, Cash died. However, he had a very successful life, so hopefully he's doing well.